Hi everyone, I wanted to do a video on how to calculate gender pay gap metrics, but then it occurred to me it'll be good to take one step back and discuss how we calculate averages and medians, and also conditional averages and conditional medians. And conditional medians is something that Excel doesn't do, but we're going to try and do it with a formula using the filter function. So just before we begin on Excel, I just wanted to go through the concepts of what average and median actually means. So here we are, basic concepts. The average mean is a summation of a bunch of numbers and then divided by the number of observations. So where we've got a list of numbers 2, 4, 6, we can add all of those numbers together and divide by 9 in this case, and we get a mean of those numbers of 14. And I just highlighted number 54 here, so that's a high number that breaks the sequence, and the learning here is a big number or outline that makes a difference to the mean. A median is different, so we order the numbers from top to bottom. Or actually, yeah, it doesn't matter actually, lowest to highest in this case. And we've still got that big outline here, 54. But it doesn't matter because the median just wants the middle observation. We've got 9 here, so the 5th observation is the median, which is number 10. So the point being, the median can sometimes be a better metric because it's unaffected by extreme values, either extremely low or extremely high. So for example, in terms of salaries, if you were to have an extremely high salary in there or extremely low salary in there, the median would be unaffected. It's just simply looking at the middle employee within the range. So I hope that makes sense. So going back to Excel, we want to work out first of all the average of this data set, the base salaries for males and where disability equals yes. So this is the formula you need, average ifs, that one. And the range we want is base salary. The criteria range we want is gender. The actual gender value we want is male. I'm going to press F4 twice, so I want to lock it to row 7, but leave column H relative, comma, then I want disability, comma, then I want the disability value yes, and this time I'm going to press the F4 button 3 times because I want to lock the column, but I don't want to lock the row. Close the bracket, enter. So that's the average of all male salaries where disability equals yes. To get female average where disability equals yes, you can't just drag the formula across because this is a table object. The data is actually a table. You can't just drag it. Another way of doing this is to highlight the grid where the cell with the formula is active, and then actually click into the formula bar and then press Control Enter. And what that does, it copies the formula, keeping the text of the formula the same, but affecting the relative cells that we've put in the formula. So it's a good combination of rules that actually just work in our case. So that's how you apply the average ifs. So the median is a bit more tricky because the median function only takes in one argument, which is a bunch of numbers. So if I put all of that column in, it'll give you the median of the whole data set, not just for disability equals yes and not just for males, gender equals males. So instead of just putting in that whole column in that median argument, we need to put in a filter function which can filter the base salary column a bit more cleverly. So write filter, open bracket, array. The array is going to be the base salary, and then comma. So that include bit is where we apply our criteria. We need to apply two criteria. One is gender equals male, and the second is disability equals yes. So I'm going to start off by typing in two brackets. You'll see in a moment why I do that. And then I want to type in, not type in, but I want to select the gender column and then press equals that cell, male. And I'm going to lock it in so the row's locked but the columns are relative. And then I'm going to close that bracket. But then I want an and condition to say I want the base salaries where the gender is male and disability is yes. So to get the and, we need to put in this times star in here, and then put in another bracket. So within that bracket right there, we're going to select disability equals yes. And then I'm going to press F4 3 times because I want the column fixed but the rows to be relative. And that's it. Then you close that filter function and you close the mean function as well and press enter. And that is the male, the median for the male and disability equals yes. Same thing again, highlight that range, click in the formula bar, press Control Enter, and there we have it. We've got the rest of the values that we need. Before I let you go, let's do a quiz just so we're sure what average means and what median means. I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint and finish off this quiz. So quiz time. Question: what is the median of these four numbers? 0, 2, 4, 6. What do you think? The answer is 3. So where, you know, we had 9 numbers in our first example, so the median was the 5th value. When you've got an even number of values, then the median is actually the middle of the 2 values. So in this case, the middle of 2 and 4, which is 3. Next question: what is the mean average of 0, 2, 4, and 6? The answer is 3. So it's, the calculation here is 12 divided by 4 equals 3. The learning here is the average does take zeros into account. So when you put in Excel equals average and a bunch of numbers, sometimes you do want it to take zeros into account, and sometimes you don't want it to take zeros into account. So you have to be careful when typing in the average function in Excel. Just remember it does take zeros into account. Thank you for watching today, and hopefully you learned something new today.